Hello, you beautiful souls. Today is February 16th, 2023. My name is Laura Chung, and I am the author of How to Manifest, and we are on day 27. Okay, so first we're going to start off with picking a tarot card. Oops. And I am here in Cartagena, Colombia for my cousin's wedding. So this is not my usual background, as you can tell. Okay, so today we have a Sun Saturn conjunction in Aquarius. And sure, this can be a difficult transit, but I consider this to be a final test or final, um, I guess, level until Saturn goes into Pisces on March 7th, which is in less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks from now. And Saturn has been in Aquarius since 2020, December 21st of 2020. So Saturn is leaving the sign of Aquarius where it has its most potent power because Saturn rules Aquarius. And so think back to the last, I would say, like 3 years, and look at where you have Aquarius in your personal natal chart and what has been trying to get you to change your mind, change your groups of friends, change your way of being, thinking outside the box. These are all Aquarian themes. And I've been speaking about this all throughout Aquarius season since the new moon in Aquarius when we started this journey. And the sun meeting Saturn will be the last time in 29 years. So we won't have this transit for 29 years. So it really is like the final countdown, if you will. The sun is our consciousness, our ego, our life force energy, and Saturn is the planet of time. Saturn is the planet of discipline, responsibility, structure. And so the sun meeting Saturn before it goes into Pisces, which happens on February 18th, 2 days from now. It's almost like, have you made the changes? Have you ended this cycle? Have you learned your lessons? Have you integrated your lessons at this point? So it's a big deal. This week was a big deal, as I said. It's all about endings and finishing chapters. Yesterday, we had this beautiful Venus-Neptune conjunction in Pisces, and the energy is still available to us this week. And then today we have the sun meeting Saturn. We move into Pisces season on the 18th. Then we have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It speaks about endings. So this is like a huge ending week this week. So a lot of people on my TikTok have been commenting on my videos like nothing has happened. And I'm like, well, this is energy. So the exact alignments happen on these specific days, but just look at a week before and a week after to see where this will hit your life. All right. So what is the main energy for today's Spirit? Oh, the Strength card. This is the number 8, and the number 8 is the energy of power. It's the energy of confidence, alchemization, abundance, prosperity. The Strength is the Leo card. It's all about shining your light brightly. It's all about taming the beast within you, all of the demons within you, to pull out your confidence outward. Leo rules the sun, and the sun is all about, again, like our life force energy and how we shine, our confidence. And so today, for some people, because this is a broad general reading, some people might find this transit very difficult if you have not moved through this time in a conscious way, right? And we're all on our own journey. This isn't like shaming or judging at all, because some of us are super busy and we have children and we have lives and we have work to do, right? And so when you're not like consciously aware of the shadows and the things that are coming up in your unconscious mind, this is when these transits like this, these super powerful conjunctions and um, times are trying to make you aware of what needs to be seen in order for you to integrate that until it moves into, like I said, Pisces. And so for some people, this can be super triggering, but for others who have moved through this time in a conscious way and are aware of these things, this is where you get your confidence from. And I say, like, squares and oppositions are actually, they're seen as negative, but I have so many squares and oppositions in my personal chart because those are the ones that make us change and grow into who I'm truly meant to be, who I've always been, but I forgot. So, yesterday we talked about affirmations. And one of the affirmations that I say to myself every morning is, every day, in every way, I'm becoming more and more of myself. Every day, in every way, I'm becoming more and more of myself because that's the only person I can be, right? And as I said, back on the full moon in Leo, day 15, I believe, Leo is all about being yourself, being in your heart space, but it's like how you see yourself. And the sister sign of Aquarius is an in relation to other people, in relation to the collective. And so I must live in integrity with myself because that's the only way I can truly be in the collective. I cannot be everybody else. And it's interesting because Aquarius rules my third house, and the third house is rituals and things that you do on a daily basis. It is where the moon has its joy, but it's also a signifier of siblings and cousins and aunties and uncles and like extended family. And I am here in Colombia for my cousin's wedding. And whenever I'm with my family, it's very interesting that like we're all connected through our ancestors, right? Our ancestry and our blood. But what makes us truly bond, and I really do feel very grateful because most of us get along with each other and we genuinely love each other. But the way in which we all hopefully come together is that we cherish and we honor each other's uniqueness. And we don't want to be the same, right? And it's pretty tough being in Korean culture, right? Because Korean culture, you have to respect your elders and you have to like, um, do things for the family. It's very collectivist mindset, right? But at a certain point, you have to assert your independence, your Leo energy. Like, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. And if I'm being honest, I am kind of like the black sheep of the family, or as I like to say, the unicorn, because um, besides the groom is my cousin and he's a DJ full time. Um, most of my cousins have a regular job, whatever that means, like lawyer, doctor, accountant, teacher, and it was pretty tough for a few years, especially in my 20s and early 30s when I didn't have that much confidence in myself and what I was doing. I was just navigating this life trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do and it would always trigger me when my aunties and aunts and my cousins would ask me like, what are you doing? And I literally did not know. Like, I didn't have like a good answer even when I had a full-time job. Like, it just didn't feel like it was in alignment with who I was. And so like there was such a lack of confidence there for so many years. And now when they ask me, because a lot of them don't really understand what it is that I do, because I can't explain what I do in one word, I say I do a lot of things. I'm a multidisciplinary healer, I'm an author, I'm an astrologer, but really my ultimate purpose is to help people find who they truly are so that they can live out their, best dream lives. And I feel confident in myself in saying that because I've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. Saturn moving through my third house, right? I had to have discipline in showing up on YouTube every day. I had to have discipline to communicate because also Aquarius is about communication in the third house of communicating. I had to grow up in certain areas of my life. Like, this is what I want to do. I have to own up to it and tell people. So, yeah, I find that the Saturn Sun uh, conjunction in my third house was like being very confident in what I'm doing and then communicating that with my family and not like shrinking and being like, oh, what I do is just so like little and so small. Like, no, what I do is pretty fucking cool. And I get to travel the world and I get to, um, connect with people all around the world and like talk about manifestation. Like, that is like such a huge dream of mine. So, that's all to say that um, part of, obviously, we talked about this, part of manifestation is also knowing who you are and knowing what you want, because that's how you can tell like if you are actually manifesting, because a lot of people don't even know what they want and don't even know who they are. So how can you know if you're manifesting or not? Okay, so today is day 27, emotions, energy, and motion. You've heard that saying, I'm sure. Whatever you wish for to manifest, associate a feeling of love with it and impress that feeling on the universal subconscious mind, and it will do the rest. This is by Dr. Wayne Dyer, Wishes Fulfilled. So we manifest from our feelings. And I've literally been saying this probably since day one of our journey, um, because, like I said, you have to match to the energy of the thing that you want, because everything, everywhere, all at once, if you've seen that movie, every timeline, every reality, everything has already been created. You just have to match the energy to that thing. And the reason why it hasn't come into your physical reality, like why you don't see it yet, is because you haven't matched to it yet. And that's, again, not to judge and not to make you feel shameful. It's just information to get you to tune into the right energy field. And how do you do that? It's through the feeling. Okay, so let's see where we should. Here we go. Our emotions are usually triggered by an external stimulus. So we are usually like, we do it, we wait for the thing to make us feel a certain way. What I'm suggesting to you is feel the way first, and like you're the change to affect the reality instead of the other way around, the the reality causing the effect within you. So just flip it. For example, your mom says something that triggers you and then you get angry and yell at her. Your mom's words are the stimulus and anger is the emotion they produce. And remember, all emotions are valid and useful, even if they're negative, because they contain information. And what we talked about this during week 3 with shadow work. Emotions are energy in motion. They are meant to move through us and be experienced. However, we are not meant to cling onto these emotions. We need outlets through which we can channel our emotions. Some of my favorite ways to do this are through energy healing like Reiki, exercising, dancing, and breath work. And if things get really overwhelming, don't rule out screaming. Anything to feel what you need to feel and get where you need to be. In both psychology and energy healing, we talk about emotional regulation. Emotional regulations happen when we choose to leave an emotional state, let's say sadness or apathy. Keep in mind, I am not talking about mental illness. If you are dealing with something overwhelming, that can't be exercised with techniques I've mentioned. Please seek a licensed professional and talk to a therapist. However, in terms of temporary states, it's necessary to emotionally regulate by reviewing your thoughts. What kinds of things are you consuming? What kinds of food are you eating? What kinds of social media are you scrolling through? Who are you surrounding yourself with? All of these sources of stimuli might be impacting your mental health and how you're feeling. Do an inventory. So, like I said, when we constantly see ourselves being emotionally impacted by our external reality. So, like, whatever your mom or dad say, whatever is in your physical existence right now. Because remember, we're trying to manifest something different for yourself, which means that the shift has to happen internally first. And so you can't rely on what you see to make that shift happen for you. You have to shift internally regardless of what you see. And that is the work. That is difficult, okay? So, like I said, we've been taught to look outside of ourselves for happiness, for security. So we look at the number in our bank account, and that causes an effect on us. We look at what's in our physical reality, that has an effect on us. What I'm asking, and what I'm inviting you to is looking beyond what you see, okay? And try to get your senses. Remember that day we talked about spidey senses? Your intuition is to feel the physical shift within you before you see the physical evidence. Feel the physical shift within yourself above and beyond what you see in your physical reality. And that, again, that's very difficult because we're physical human beings. We rely on our external stimulus to look out for danger. So, like, when you look at your bank account or when you look at your physical reality and it's not reflecting what you want, just say there's more out there that I cannot see. And that's okay because I can feel it. Um, and I gave that example of the Spider-Man movie with Mysterio when he was like, couldn't tell what was real and what was not real because of the drones. And what he did was he closed his eyes, he took a deep breath. And that's what we did with the full moon in Leo release. We did the somatic work. And he relied on his intuition and his spidey senses to feel what was not there. And that's what emotions can help you do because you're matching with the energy of it, and energy is the only real thing. What we see in our physical reality is being filtered through our mind and our perceptions because we are attuned to what we've experienced from the past. So, what we're being asked is to step into the unknown so that your physical reality can change. And that's what manifestation is. We want something different from what we're currently experiencing. And this takes so much faith and trust that it is there. and um and this can be like a fun exercise depending on how you see it. It could be a fun exercise in playing with energy and playing with your senses. And what, from my understanding, that book that I recommended in the back, um, Life is a Game. Hold on. Maybe I didn't write it on here, but I love this book. I think it's called Life as a Game by Florence Scovel Shinn. She basically says she wrote this whole book about how life is actually a game, and the more you can lean into playing it, the more it's you don't have to take things so seriously. And so that's what we're doing. We're tuning our energy to the thing that we're trying to manifest before it comes in. And if you have a hard time doing that because you've never experienced that before, again, just try to think of that the emotion that you are trying to manifest. The thing is always the tool. So money, right? A lot of people associate money with security, safety, freedom, but you could feel those things now. Just think of a time when you felt safe and secure. Think back to a time when you felt free and elicit those feelings within you first, by imagining like that time back in the past when you felt those things. Okay, so the exercise for today is thoughts versus feelings. Try to understand your thoughts versus your feelings. Here's a technique that will help you sort out the two. Observe your thought. What is the content of your thought? Is it true? Answer without judgment. What is the evidence of its validity? Move the thought out of your head into your body. When the thought is just in your head, it prevents us from understanding our own feelings. To embody this thought, put on your favorite song to dance and to move your body. Nobody's watching you, so go wild. Whip your hair, jump up and down, sweat it out. Notice how you feel afterward. Did anything come up during your dance session? Did any emotion surface? Are your feelings in alignment with your thoughts? Do you feel better or worse? And then the go deeper exercise is try an ecstatic dance class. Remember, we're trying to move these things out of just our head and into our body because when our heads and our minds can be tricksters because again, our minds are created to keep us safe. So, ecstatic dance is a type of dance that allows you to feel the music in your body and express yourself by freestyle movement. There are no particular choreographed dance moves, so it's more of an opportunity for self-expression through your body. The ecstatic dance classes I've been to have been varied. Some of them have been an intention of moving out negative emotions. Some of them, honestly, were like, I've been to a couple of them where they called upon like a spirit animal and you were supposed to move like that animal. Some of them was like, let's move through the elements. But honestly, just find your favorite song, pump it up, and just start dancing and moving your body. It doesn't have to make any sense. Okay. This is just to get it out of your body. So, like, when you feel a negative emotion coming up, I always say feel it, like allow it to come through your body. And as you do that, you can either hold your body and do some kind of movement like swaying, or you can literally tap your body, do breath work, or move it through your body because we're meant to feel things because they have information. We're not meant to hold them in or bypass them. That's the worst thing you could do because it's always going to come anyway. It's always gonna be there unless you move it like a current through your body. So, we're not in the game here of spiritually bypassing because that's not what we're here for. We're here to feel, to heal. We're here to acknowledge, to transcend. Okay, so the reason why this is so important is because we manifest from our emotions. We manifest through feeling, and a lot of us haven't been taught how to do this, how to feel, how to truly feel, and how to move through these energies. It's just energy. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to go over shifting your reality. And like always, if you want to know where to buy this book, all the links are down below, but you could buy it on Barnes& and Noble, Amazon, Audible, Kindle, ebook, bookshop.org, IndieBound. And if you are interested in having a one-on-one Reiki session or astrology reading, those links are down below. I will never DM you for a reading. And as always, have a beautiful day wherever you are in this world. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.